Hello transcribers, and welcome to our channel of transcription exercises. Today we're talking about films, and I'm outside my local independent cinema in Oxford, the Ultimate Picture Palace. This cinema is the third oldest cinema in Britain that's still operating. The first one in Britain was built in 1909, and this one behind me was built in 1911, so it has a lot of history. Now, it was in the 1930s that the film industry really took off, and lots of big and very grand cinemas were built at that time, but unfortunately television killed off many of those in the 60s and 70s. From the 1980s, multiplex cinemas were built, but most of them are devoid of any charm. They're just concrete monoliths. I'd much rather go to an independent cinema like this one. Places like this are under threat from Netflix, but I think we have to keep supporting them. Anyway, today we're going to look at the vocabulary of film genres. Quick word from our sponsor first, and then at the end of this video I'll show you some atmospheric photographs of grand but semi-derelict cinema buildings that can still be seen. Everyone says the FTW transcriber has superior audio quality and it's easier to make out dialogue. Well, that's no surprise. Unlike competitor products, the FTW transcriber doesn't do a compulsory conversion of every file it opens. When you convert a file, it usually loses quality. Here's an original.
This combination of iron and sulfur creates a mineral that can produce a long-lasting spark when struck with another rock or mineral of similar or greater hardness.
And here's the conversion.
This combination of iron and sulfur creates a mineral that can produce a long-lasting spark when struck with another rock or mineral of similar or greater hardness.
That's an exaggerated example, but when you're spending hours transcribing, you don't want the audio quality reduced by conversion at all, because working with muffled audio is exhausting. Just use the FTW transcriber. Right, so let's make a start. So, first film genre. First letter is S, the last letter is R, the rest of it's obscured. I'll gradually reveal more and more of the genre. Below that you can see 10 or 15 films there which are all part of that genre. So have a look at them. I'm sure you've seen some of them. So what genre are all of those films? I'll show you a few more letters. Does that any help? Swagger? Swindler? No, that can't be right. Here's a few more letters. Does that any help? Okay, and here is the answer. Swashbuckler. Swashbuckler is a funny sounding word, isn't it? The wash part in the middle makes you think that it must be something about water or pirates, but it doesn't need to be. It just it normally means that it's something where the people are wearing 18th century clothing like the chap in the photograph there, and they wave swords around a lot. That seems to be what swashbuckler is. Right, number 2. Look at all of those films there, and the photograph, which is a clue. Very famous film. I'll give you a few more letters. And a few more. I'm smiling as I remember some of these films that I've seen. And the answer, slapstick, which normally involves people falling over or getting in a mess of some sort. Number 3. Have a look at the picture and those films. The Karate Kid is a very famous example. They remade it recently. A few more letters. And a few more. And here is the answer. Martial arts. Number 4. Have a look at those films. And a few more letters. And a few more. And the answer is survival. I'm giving you the less obvious film genres here. There's not going to be anything obvious like comedy or adventure or drama or thriller. These are all the less obvious ones. Number 5. Look at those films. And a few more letters. And a few more. It's 2 words. And the answer is black comedy. And the still there is from the film Dr. Strangelove with Peter Sellers, who plays 3 or 4 different roles in the film. Number 6. And a few more letters. And a few more. And the answer is Satire. Satire means making fun of something. It's a bit like parody. So the still there, I'm not sure which film it's from, but obviously it's a satire of cowboy films. Number 7. A bit more difficult, this one. I'll give you a few more letters. And a few more. It's actually 3 words, all hyphenated together. And the answer is coming of age. And if you're as old as me, you'll know very well that that picture is a still from the film Rebel Without a Cause, James Dean, who died too young. Number 8. Look at these films. I highly recommend The Lincoln Lawyer, by the way. I'll give you a few more letters. And a few more. And the answer is courtroom drama. And I also recommend Chicago, by the way, which is a courtroom drama and also a musical. Number 9. The answer here is not horror. It's a specific kind of horror. A few more letters. And a few more. And the answer is slasher, meaning a horror film with knives involved. Number 10. A few more letters. This film genre is a slightly pretentious one. And a few more. It's 2 words. And the answer is film noir, which is the French for black film. But it means a film with a kind of mysterious atmosphere and lots of dark scenes. Number 11. Look at the film names. And here's a few more letters. And a few more. And a few more. And it's spaghetti western. In other words, a western made by Italians. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is the most famous example of that genre. Number 12. Here's a few more letters. And a few more. And the answer is biopic. In other words, a biographical film. So Bohemian Rhapsody is the one about the members of Queen and Freddie Mercury. Rocket Man is a biopic about Elton John. Okay, number 13. Have a look at the film names. Here's a few more letters. And a few more. And the answer is mockumentary. In other words, a mock documentary. A documentary that isn't really a serious one, it's a takeoff. The picture is of Borat there, who was actually a British comedian, not a Kazakhstani television presenter at all. And that's it. And now, as I promised, let's have a look at some of those atmospheric, derelict Art Deco cinemas. And that's all for today. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications of future exercises. I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Bye for now.